Hello and welcome to the Inbetween podcast. I'm usual host Joe Scott. I'm joined here by Tony Zanarty. How are you doing, Tony?
Yeah, I'm great. I got past Halloween. I'm not dead, so
True. And
doing good.
also,
Oh,
guys, did you see our special stream? Did you watch me try and play Doki Literature Clubs for 45 minutes and then give
I
up?
talked. I talked to Michael after. Like he was there. And he did watch a lot of it apparently. So
And was he disappointed that I didn't get to
he
the spooky, scary stuff?
basically agreed with you entirely. So
I think
ah,
basically I think I'm just gonna play Pony Island and I'm gonna get okay. So if you
yeah,
don't know, I put it in the
Undertale.
I wrote a little bit in the description of the Doki Literature Club description on YouTube, and then I linked to the context. And basically, what I said was, Daniel said it was a really good game to play Doki because it made you think about the game differently because of the way how it was kind of fourth wall breaking, kind of did things that other games don't usually do, and I understand that'd be a cool experience. And on the other hand, I'm like,
But there are people that do that though.
but even the beginning of last year and the 4-year anniversary book, I literally said to him, "Oh, that reminds me of like Pony Island or the Hex," and I was like,
or Undertale. Undertale has this.
Undertale. I would love to play Undertale as well.
It's a great game.
Why don't I just play a game that I like that does a very similar thing?
I would say it's about Undertale. Undertale is a good game from the start. Like it fucks with you right from the start. Like you have choices that you can make. Like it's not like you just click through a load of text. Like you actually do stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, aha, we're fucking with you.
But like I already knew like Doki, like I like you don't have like a million people go, "Oh, play this anime visual novel," without knowing at least like it's spooky. It like moves your it fucks with your computer.
Yeah, you're gonna find out.
Screened and turns your volume up and there's jump scares and I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it.
There's a game though. Well, I don't understand. There's a complex called now. It's got Queen in the name. There's an anime game with Queen in the name. But it's like it's not a visual novel per se, but it's more like you make choices. I was expecting more choices in Doki Doki akin to this other game I was thinking of.
I did it because I don't plan on playing Doki Doki again, so I did a little bit of research into it, and I think the idea is so this is spoilers for Doki Doki Literature Club if you care what happens after I stop playing it, but if that's your sort of thing, then sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
So I think one of the character kills themselves, and they kill themselves based on an action you take. But the thing is, no matter what you say, they kill themselves. So it's sort of like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Which that sort of stuff works really well in a game like that, I would say, because if you've sat through all that dialogue, you might have an emotional connection to one of these characters at that point.
But there's way too long before you could do anything. I feel like if you have more interaction, you feel more like the main character. I felt like just watching a main character.
An example of something that did this really well was Charlie Brooker's Black Mirror Bandersnatch does this really well. That's another. It's kind of like an FMV game on Netflix, and kind of the idea is I don't think you've seen it, Tony, so I don't want to spoil it for you.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any Black Mirror. So
really, do you plan on watching it?
Probably, but I don't think I mind being spoiled. So.
Well, basically, the idea is the game gives you choices, but your choices ultimately don't really matter. But it also ties into the story of the game.
It changes your path, but not the outcome.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay.
Kind of the idea is that you have to keep going. You're kind of going through a loop, sort of thing. That's the idea. So it kind of explains it in that way. Like I know, like. In Undertale as well, the characters react differently if you did like a violent playthrough and then you try and do like a non-violent playthrough, they kind of know that you've done that sort of thing.
There's a really thing that fucks you at the start. I don't want to ruin it if you want to play it because
I probably am going to play it. So
yeah, can we? I think we should I really want to do like a tangerine on it, maybe like a spotlight or something. I think it'd be really cool.
But again, I think the problem that's going to be with Undertale is. It's going to be really long and really text based, so it's really hard to do a video on it, sort of thing.
I don't think it'd be that difficult, personally. From what I've seen and a little bit of what I've played, but yeah, okay.
So yeah, I haven't shown Daniel the video yet. Maybe I'll send it to him. Maybe he'll go, "You completely missed the point of the game." But
maybe.
I
But he
mean,
must have known that we don't play visual novels, so
I don't play visual novels, and I don't particularly like single-player horror games. So it's kind of
no.
like a meshing of my two least favorite genres
Yeah.
and together, and then I'm like,
But
I like some horror elements. I like creepy atmospheres and stuff, but then like just jump scare.
But
I don't fuck with that.
if Michael
Like I
agrees
love like
with you,
Rapture and stuff like that sort
yeah,
of
if
horror.
Michael agrees with you, and he likes fourth wall breaking weird games, and I feel like, yeah, I feel like they could have done a better
I
job.
saw something. Speaking of Michael, I know he loves like plug and play. I saw
Yeah.
a website
And at
recently.
my exercise.
Yeah, I saw a website recently that was made by the creator of Plug and Play. And what it does, it just reads out Steam comments, and that's all it does. That's the whole thing. But I got it to read out some of Garfield's Cart's comments, and it was hilarious.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
I saw it on PC Gamer. I'll see if I can find it. PC Gamer Steam comment reader. It was pretty funny. I can't stop making this web app read me horny game Steam reviews. That's all it does is just read reviews. Here it is. So it's actually it was made by Mario von Rickenbach, who's part of the team that made Plug and Play and Kids, the very surreal, weird games that Michael likes to play.
Michael loves, I think, more than just likes, but yeah.
He loves them, yeah. I mean, I like interesting weird shit too. Like I love Ape Out. That's a game that I don't think anyone that like Devolver would publish. Like it's a crazy game, sort of thing.
Hey, but listen, I don't know. It has from what I saw of it, it has like a lot of.
Look, here we go. So you can do iOS App Store or Steam. So I just went and I typed in Garfield Kart, and then it just reads out reviews for Garfield Kart.
It was worth the pain. Thumbs up. H.
Thumbs up.
This game really makes you feel like Spider-Man.
This game really makes you feel like Spider-Man.
I've been playing this game for a little while now, and I gotta say it's not what I thought it would be. I am really looking forward to the new one, though.
Do you want to move on from our Doki discussion?
My wife left me. This is the only thing that can numb the pain.
I'm good.
I've lost my kids.
Okay,
my wife left me.
The
only thing that can numb the pain. I've lost my kids, and the only thing that I do is play Garfield Kart.
Thumbs up.
Like
my father is in prison.
I think it's a very funny way of looking up some of the absurd Steam comments people put on meme games. But anyway,
I think that's a clever thing
anyway, that was a tangerine from what.
I got a slight other tangerine. I don't think I ever sent you my cake I made this year. Speaking of post Halloween,
send it live on the podcast, and I'll review
I've sent it to you. It's
you sent it. Can I show it on stream?
Yeah, go for it. I don't think I conduct myself with this. So.
I can see a face reflection on a smooth surface, Tony. I don't know. I'm gonna have to crop this image. Wait, who is that on the reflection?
I don't know.
Is that you, or is that like one of your parents?
I don't think that's me. No.
That is a really cool cake. So it's like a gravestone. You can crop it and resend it to me if you want, or I can just show it.
No, it's fine. Just send it all. It's fine. I don't
just look at it. Okay.
I did also make a church, but I never decorated it properly. I might get a picture. It still exists. I haven't eaten that yet.
Is this just fondue icing, mostly?
Yeah, just fondant on top of a orange sponge cake or Victoria sponge cake. I think. Is it Victoria? No. I think it's just a normal sponge cake. I think I could be mistaken. I'm not very good at identifying types of like cake in the middle. Yeah, everything you see on top is made out of icing. The brown stuff is Cadbury's flake, though.
Okay.
That's what I was using for the.
Have you consumed it?
It's about a quarter of it left.
What's inside? What's the cake base?
Yeah, it's just like it's 2 layers of like orangey sponge and then like an orangey icing in the middle.
Oh, okay, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
You've got why do you have just like a bowl of pine cones on your worktop?
I don't know.
In case you get peckish in the night,
autumnal thing. I don't
come
know.
down for a quick, quick pine cone. Yeah.
I don't know. Like we have. I don't decorate the kitchen. That's not my job.
All right. Well, Tony,
that's just a
looks
thing
like a, dare I say, delicioso cake. And,
yeah, it's very nice.
It's very good. Anyway,
I did myself.
Back to the original tangerine, which I tangerined off. So I was watching the 4-year anniversary podcast because it's got no timestamps, Tony. Thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, I told you that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not bothering.
Yeah, I know. And I said, oh, it's the start of the year when we did the podcast because it was right at the start of 2020 before everything happened.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, it's a really good time to predict stuff. And at this time, I think in around November, December time, Half-Life Alyx was just released. And I was like, oh, it's coming out on March 23rd. There's no way this is not getting delayed. And Tony, it did not get delayed.
It did not get delayed.
I was like, so basically, a bunch of stuff came out. So Boneworks came out before Half-Life Alyx, and they had smooth locomotion. And I know, like, from almost a fact, like, inside sources that I've heard, not from me, obviously, I don't have inside sources in Valve, but from people, the Half-Life Alyx was almost completely designed for teleportation. I think they've even said that maybe publicly at some point. And smooth locomotion came out on Boneworks, and they were like, shit, this is coming out in like 3 months, and we don't have any smooth locomotion in the game. So I was like, oh, maybe it'll be delayed, but then because like Valve time is notoriously long, but I know like most of the company was pulled to work on this game. I know I talked about the Left 4 Dead 2 community update. People were pulled from that because of the Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
I basically said it's probably going to get delayed. It was not. Add that to the list of things Joe was wrong about. And then I also said the game was going to suck, but I was trying to jinx it. I have to put it there. At the time, I was trying to like jinx it by saying it was going to be bad, so it would be good. Yeah. But I don't know if that counts as me.
I'm not counting that
mistakenly.
You already told everyone that you weren't.
One day I'm going to make a list, and we're going to go through the tally and see how the right and the wrong. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Because I was like, it's the beginning of the year. It's a good time to predict stuff. And then I was like, we should have predicted a global pandemic.
You sent me a link to this video with the timestamps we're talking about. I think it was... did you send me time about Half-Life Alyx? Did you send me timestamps we're talking about Doki Doki? I can't remember now.
Both,
I remember you put in the message before sending it like, I should have predicted COVID-19.
Yeah. The thing is, I created it to cancel Halloween. So.
Yeah, I know.
And Halloween's over now, so Merry Christmas, everyone.
No.
I don't know if you noticed, there's a Santa Claus sat behind me right now. I've started listening to Christmas songs.
God.
I've completely divided people because everyone's telling me it's too early to listen to Christmas songs. And then half the people are like me and love Michael Bublé because he's got an amazing voice. And then the other half of the people hate Michael Bublé because they're haters. So, I mean, for me...
I'm kind of in the middle.
I think Michael Bublé's Christmas album is amazing. So.
I'd have to listen to it. I'm kind of in the middle, though, with Michael Bublé. So.
Okay. Should we move on to news? Because I've been waffling on for about 15 minutes. Okay. Ruined King, a League of Legends story. So we had the ending of the world championship for League of Legends. Korea won. They haven't won in quite a few years. They beat China. And we knew this was coming out. So this is the Ruined King. It's basically Riot now has this system called Riot Forge, where they're allowing third-party devs to make League of Legends IP games. So they give them the League of Legends IP, and then they make their own game with it. And it's being made by Airship Syndicate designers, and I don't know if you know them, but they made Darksiders Genesis, the new Darksiders ARPG that came out. And they also, Airship Syndicate is ex-Vigil Games people who made the first Darksiders and Darksiders 2. Yeah. So they're basically, there's Darksiders devs, and we now know, officially announced, Darksiders devs are making a League of Legends single-player turn-based RPG. So that's pretty interesting to see how that will turn out. We kind of got the backstory. I think you really like Pike. He's on screen right now. I think Pike is a character you would enjoy. He's basically like a crazy assassin pirate. It's kind of maybe a bit mythological. But yeah, we know this is coming to console and PC in early 2021. That was our like update on the new League game that's coming out from the Darksiders devs. So that will be pretty cool to see when we get some gameplay. What do you feel like about single-player turn-based RPGs in current year?
I really like them. I can't wait for more of them personally.
I'm trying to think like single-player turn-based RPGs that we've had that have been quite. Darkest Dungeon comes to mind immediately.
Are you counting something? Okay, what is your opinion on something like Baldur's Gate 3? Like, is that included, or is that like cheating?
I'll have to look up Baldur's Gate 3 and try and remember.
Okay,
that's the new one that was in like early access, right?
Yeah, it's been released into early access. 25% of the story's been released in this.
Oh, it's like the CRPG, right?
Yeah, it's CRPG. It's the same makers that made Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, and that's like turn-based mechanics as well. Like, are we counting this, or is that like is this like too far towards like D&D?
I don't see
RPG
why not.
mechanics?
I mean, I'm not really an expert on the turn-based. I don't really play that many turn-based games. I'm not a huge fan of the turn-based game genre. So
yeah, because I really like turn-based games. So I've actually split in my head to like CRPGs and like RPG turn-based stuff, and then I kind of have like tactical turn-based as a separate entity.
I like lots of card games, and those are usually turn-based.
I separate that as well as a card game category, so I've like 3 categories of turn-based stuff. So
true.
Yeah, I don't know if you count that, but yeah, I like XComs and things, so that's definitely a turn-based single-player experience. I really like XCOM, so isn't what's it called? Banished? Not Banished.
Banished?
Banished is a city building game. What's the
Banished.
Banished.
Is that what you're trying to say?
I think so.
I don't know.
I might not be the game. I think isn't that a turn-based game as well? No, Banished is more.
Well, I mean, like we were literally talking about.
Banner Saga.
We were literally talking about Undertale earlier, which is a turn-based RPG, I believe. There's also, of course, XCOM.
Sort of.
XCOM's a big one.
Yeah, XCOM's a big one.
Into the Breach is more of like a puzzle turn-based game. Final Fantasy, of course. I really liked South Park: The Stick of Truth. I was a big fan of that game.
Yes, that is a turn-based game.
I felt like that was like. It was like one of those tie-in games, and you're like, okay. It's like, usually tie-in games are bad, but South Park: The Stick of Truth is a legit, really good game.
Oh, yeah, both of the games, like both South Park games, are really good, right?
I've only played a little. I've played the full of the first one. Very funny. Yeah. I'm a huge South Park fan, so I really like the humor.
Well, I'm not a big South Park fan, but I like certain clips of it, and to me, the games had like all the good parts and none of the bad parts. So I really like the games.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next trailer. Oh, it's the No Man's Sky Star Trek update. It's the No Man's Sky Next Generation. But basically, what it is it's basically just PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and Series S will get a free update to make the game look better than it already
does
did
look good,
on consoles. Yeah, it does look pretty good. You're going to get the 4K 60 FPS sort of thing. I think there's some maybe some improvements coming to the PC as well, but yeah, okay. But
Probably.
But I feel like most of the stuff probably already existed on PC anyway because of the more powerful hardware.
Yeah, I think not all of this was. I think they developed it for the same time. I don't think all this is on it yet. From what I remember, I was watching some play the other day actually. So
just tapping my mic. My microphone keeps buzzing, and I have no idea how to fix it.
Is it getting worse? Like how frequently it happens?
No, it's completely random.
Okay.
You said it was to do with, you said you thought it was to do with frequencies.
Yeah, and feedback and frequencies. Yeah.
Of like electrical objects. Anyway, I have no freaking clue what causes it. So let's move on. Apex Legends Season 7 just came out, which is pretty interesting because it just launched on Steam, Tony. This is the...
Yeah, I keep seeing it on Steam everywhere.
This is the first EA game on Steam since they came back that launches natively through Steam. Famously, as I've said in the past, TF2 and Apex Legends both are on the Source engine. So it makes sense that the Source game would run natively on Steam, I guess. I mean, it's a heavily modified version of the Source engine. But this will probably bring a lot of players. I have launched it. I haven't played it yet because I was waiting for some of my friends to get it. So I'll have to try and convince them to download stuff, because these days getting anyone to download a game is a job and a half sometimes. Even a free one. Sometimes I have to convince people to download games. Yeah.
Yeah, but they run out of space. They put the Call of Duty on their hard drive. They've got no space left.
Yeah. I mean, when you hear about how big the new Call of Duty is, you'll be going, well, I can't install that game. But yeah, we got the Steam release with the new little Steam charms, new vehicles, new legend, and a new floating city map. So I will be playing some of this. Looks pretty interesting. So yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out.
Is this game getting more colourful, like in the maps, or is it just me? I'm not really.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I felt like a bit. Yeah, because the first map was very much just like a giant desert, and then they had like the alien planet sort of thing. That was very much like. Let me see. Okay, I didn't do anything. They have like the alien maps. Was the second one, and then Olympus is like a cloud city sort of thing. That's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's still like the same sort of art style. It's still like in keeping. I just find that it's more color every time I see an Apex trailer. So.
Yeah, I think it's found its niche where like PUBG and Warzone are very realistic, but then Apex is very much like sci-fi Halo kind of combat.
Yeah.
Where you have like shields and plasma guns and that sort of stuff, which
I like the clean whites. That's kind of nice.
Like I know some people are like, it's not. I don't like the sci-fi stuff, but I love this. I love Halo. I love like that sort of stuff. So
I'm a sci-fi man, you could say. That's my main.
It's a very different federation in Apex Legends.
It's a very different. Don't get me ranting about fucking season 3 of Discovery.
When wasn't I saying to you we should start doing our reaction to a different show? What was I saying? I can't even remember.
Yeah. What was that?
I was like, we should record us reacting to a different show that wasn't Star Trek.
Was it a bad one, or was it a good one?
I don't know, because I've only seen like 4 episodes of Star Trek Discovery, and I refuse to watch the rest. So it can't be Star Trek Discovery.
I've watched the first episode of I've watched half the first episode of season 3, and I'm not watching any more. So that's all I'm gonna say.
We actually got an update. We actually got a trailer for XCOM 2 on the iOS.
I forgot.
Yeah, it was kind of. I was really curious to see what it would look like on a phone. Obviously, when you've got it upscaled like this, it's like pretty noticeable, the resolution quality. When you're on like
it has to run on it, so.
But then when you have it on like the small screen, I don't think you're going to notice it really at all, sort of thing. Like the low polygons, so pretty interesting.
I think even if it looked worse, I think it's worth trade off, because I think this sort of game would be really fun on the go.
We got a trailer for No More Room in Hell 2. If you don't know, this is like a really old like source mod sort of thing, where people have always said like this is kind of the sequel they wanted to like Left 4 Dead 1, whereas Left 4 Dead 2 they felt was a bit more arcadey sort of thing, whereas this is a much more serious kind of zombie game, and it's built in the Source engine sort of thing. It's like a very famous mod. And they're making a second one, and this is like development footage, but it looks pretty good from what I've seen. So I'm always interested to check out.
You have to hold the flashlight yourself, then. Like that's actually a mechanic. Is that what I'm seeing here?
Hang on, I'm trying to get my microphone to stop buzzing because it's been buzzing for like 5 minutes straight.
Oh, okay, right. Sorry, I can't hear it. By the way, as people are listening, I can't hear it at all.
The thing is, it's coming out of my desktop audio, which means everyone on the podcast feed will just hear.
But I have no reaction to it, so I can't like adjust what I'm saying to be able to like take over because I have no idea.
I can try like swapping my mic in and out midstream, but it's so dangerous.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, because if you have to stop the stream, you have to get to pick up the mic again, like last time.
But anyway, this looks pretty good. I'm interested to see more stuff when this comes out. The only way, if anyone knows about Blue Yetis, the only way I've figured out how to fix this is just to wait for it to stop, and it's the only way. I've tried unplugging stuff and plugging stuff back in. I tried muting stuff, and unmuting it doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah, it's you know you're saying like it randomly happens. It also randomly stops. It's really weird.
If I could mute my desktop audio, I would, because then it doesn't matter if you guys can hear it, because then I can just talk to the microphone. But I need desktop audio to hear Tony is the problem. Yeah, he's on Discord now. So yeah, anyway. We have another mod. This time a Portal 2 mod, Tony. Portal Reloaded. It adds a third portal to Portal, which is the fourth dimension of time.
Okay.
I've seen like I've played a Portal 2 mod like years ago that was like this, where it was like it had like time physics in it. It was pretty interesting. So I was really curious. Go on.
You're saying you played Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time, but you played that game, right? Is it similar to that's time mechanics, or is it like something else?
I don't remember the time mechanic. Is that the one with the Oni bots?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And Clank can he can do something, then like reset himself, but then his like other past stuff is still doing stuff.
The way it works is if you create a portal in the past, the portal exists there in the... No, if you create a portal there... Yeah, if you create a portal there in the present, it exists in the future sort of thing. And then if you move a box somewhere in the past, it exists there in the future sort of thing. So it's like pretty interesting. Apparently, so from what I've heard from the mod creator... he said this is a Portal mod for people who've played Portal 2 before, so it's not like if you've never played Portal 2, don't go in and play this.
My god!
Like it doesn't explain like the advanced mechanics of Portal 2, so it's definitely for like experienced Portal 2 players sort of thing.
I love how you can see how the future works. Like I love how the difference in the art. That's really cool.
Well, they have that. Like in the other mod I saw, they had like whenever you went through to the future, you had like the rundown rapture, because obviously in Portal 1 the Aperture Labs is very rundown sort of thing. Portal 1 it's pristine, and then in Portal 2 it's very rundown, and then like obviously that dichotomy between them. So I was like, oh, maybe this guy made that mod that I played that added the time mechanic on that custom like workshop map or something. He's like, nope, this guy's made nothing before. So it's just like this guy's made like, from what I can tell, pretty much no other Portal content sort of thing, and this is like his first map. And I've seen some people saying, yes, this is Portal 3, this is the Portal game we wanted. And I'm like, whoa, hold your horses here. Like, people are going a bit crazy on this fucking on this trailer. Like, this guy this is his first project ever. I don't want to put any like crazy pressure on this guy.
Yeah, I think this is really cool, but I don't want to put pressure on them at all.
It looks pretty cool. What was I going to say? Some people are like, oh, it's good. Like it has like people really wanted physics more similar to Portal 1 because people really missed like the Half-Life 2 Portal 1 physics. And I was like, I literally just finished playing a Portal 1 mod that is pretty much just a horror version of the original Portal 1, so I played through it. And then I was like, I was like, you can't go back to Portal 1 after playing Portal 2. The Portal 2 physics, in my opinion, is so much better. Like, it's so much like cleaner, and like when you go through portals and you get flipped up into the air, in Portal 1 you're just like so disorientated, and then in Portal 2 it helps you out, and it's so much easier to play. Like, so much of the stuff they changed was for good. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
My phone's been buzzing for 10 minutes. I think I'm gonna have to like try an evasive maneuver, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna restart the stream. Okay.
Okay.
Because
Good
it's
luck.
ridiculous at this point.